Greetings everyone and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. It has been several days since the last time I recorded. The last time I recorded was of course in Riedrich's Hold. We are now back in Gilded Vale. As I mentioned, I was going to walk my way back here off camera. If anything interesting happened along the way, I would of course start recording again. Nothing did, thankfully, or perhaps not so thankfully, because when interesting things happen, you know, an opportunity for loot or horrible death, you know, we're willing to spin the wheel, roll the dice. We have nothing to fear. We are blessed by the gods, or at least Glindur likes to think so. Now, in this episode, there are a number of things we're going to check out. And yes, the very first thing I did when I loaded up the game was I took the advice that several people have given me, and that is to use formations. Currently, we've got the arrow formation, but I'm not really too enthused about that one. We're going to go with editing this. Now, specifically, I would like... Glindur, you should be fairly close by. But my mages I want behind. Maybe something like that instead. Yeah, I actually quite like that formation. Right, let's have a look at how that looks. There we go. Our tank is in the front. Glindur is right behind, and all is well. Now, villagers, do you have anything to say? Why is... Is it because Glindur is no longer in the front? Is this going to change the way that I interact with people? Ooh, that might not be a good thing, having Eder in front. Not that I have anything against you being in front, of course, Eder, no. But I am pumping up Glindur's ability to converse with people, specifically. Now then, there are a few things I want to check. Namely, I want to talk to all of the interesting NPCs, not the general villagers. So I do want to kind of hang around them, see if they've got anything new to say. We have just removed Riedrich from power. That is probably a very, very kind way of saying it, I suppose. Hello, blacksmith fellow. I have many things to sell you. Good to see you again. Afraid we're still running low on goods, but you're welcome to look at what we have. Very well, I will have a peek. Of course, you won't find finer anywhere else. Well, that doesn't seem to be true, given what you just said. But okay, you know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, wow, we've got a lot of cash on us. An awful lot of cash. We're about to have so much money. Okay, I'm not going to be selling any of this stuff because I believe this is used for crafting, or at very least it's used for cooking. However, I'm going to flat out trade my hide. We've got 12 wolf hides, that's fantastic. The bear hide too, that's the same worth as my wolf hides. Unless it's the same worth as 5... Oh no. No, they're all the same worth. That seems remarkably terrible, actually. That seems crap. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you're being a bit of a scallywag. That bear was a lot harder to kill than the wolves. Not too much harder to kill than the boars, to be honest. Oh, those bloody boars. But seriously, I feel a little bit cheated with that, but oh well. Now, we've got a bunch of things there. Again, we don't want to be using any of that up, but we don't want to be carrying these around. Now, I wish there was a way of sorting this. Can I sort it? Aha, I can. Okay, item type. Ah, that's glorious, because I don't want any of these helms. These ones aren't terribly bad, but I'm going to get rid of those. I like hoods. I do like the male coif. The nasal helm looks a little... Ah, no. Give that back. I don't really want those. The open helms, yeah, we'll keep those. We're not going to have the padded cap. We're definitely keeping the winged helm. I do like the look of that cape. Don't like the look of these ones, though. They're a bit shoddy. Let's get rid of those. We'll keep the capes there. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one as well. We'll keep a couple of them. Now, as for regular armor, flat out don't want the plate armor. We've got better. Padded armor, no, don't really want that. We don't want the robes, we don't want these priest's robes anymore. We are definitely going to be keeping the fine stuff, and we're also going to be definitely keeping the really nice gear there. At this point, I've had a chance to read some of the comments. I now understand what second chance is, and I may actually be giving that back to Eder. I'll have to double check on that, though. We're going to be keeping 2 of the leather armors, 2 of the mail armors, and getting rid of that scale. Now, as for these weapons, we'll keep 2 of the war bows. Get rid of these swords. Just flat out don't want them. We don't need 2 extra stilettos or the spear. We'll keep 1 scepter. I'll keep the saber though. Keep 1 rapier. The Zurip quarterstaff we'll get rid of. What did I just do? Did I don't think I did anything wrong. We're going to be getting rid of the fine quarterstaffs though. I don't have any party members that are going to be using it right now. And I realize that that's not particularly clever in terms of forward thinking, because I may well turn around a corner and suddenly have someone who would have wanted it, but I'm going to be getting rid of that. I will keep 1 fine morning star though, both of those maces as well. Getting rid of the hunting bow, getting rid of the hatchet, getting rid of all of these. We're keeping the specialist ones. The fine club, wow, that's actually worth an awful lot. And the fine arblast. Yeah, well, I don't know, actually. Okay, we'll get rid of 1 and the fine club, actually, because I don't want any of my guys just walking around with a club. I know that sounds really stupid, but I really don't. Okay, so that wasn't actually bad at all. Look at the amount of money we're going to be getting in addition to what we've got. So now there are a few things that I want. Namely, do you sell... Ah, you do, good. Right, I want 4 of these. Okay, that's reduced the amount we're going to be getting a little bit. What else have you got for sale? You do not, in fact, appear to have... Oh, actually, you do. Can I just have a look at everything you've got? It doesn't look like, but okay. Let's have a look at these. We've got some helms. We've got a Cape of Withdrawal. Disengagement defense bonus. Capes and cloaks can be worn for protection from the elements and from prying eyes alike. Many are woven with spells to provide additional defense or abilities. Plus 15 defense when disengaged. That might be quite nice. The blunting belt. Pierce damage reduction bonus and slash damage reduction bonus. Wow, that's actually not a small amount of damage reduction bonus as well. Minor ring of protection. Plus 5 fortitude, reflex and will. Pretty nice ring, honestly. And we can afford these. We've got crazy amounts of money. Minor ring of protection there. Deflection, sorry. No. Not sure. What kind of weapons have you got? I think I noticed some specialist weapons. Let's go have a gander at these. We've got a Hold Wall Jenna's Lance. We could afford it. Do we want it, though? Increased reach of Constitution plus 1, reliable. What's reliable mean? Plus 20% of grazes converted to hit. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's actually really good. But I don't want a weapon that large. This stiletto, though, it's expensive, but... Speed, reduced crit damage. Speed, plus 20% attack speed. That's actually pretty potent as well. But let's have a look at this. This is a definite possibility. Speed fast, 0.35 second interrupt is weak, but that's fine. As long as it can interrupt attacks, you know, that's perfect. Damage 9 to 13, piercing versus deflection. Damage reduction of 3, damage reduction bypass. That's actually pretty nice. Spell striking, jolting touch, grants jolting touch. Enchantments, 3 of 12. That's another thing I want to look into relatively soon, perhaps even in this episode. The War of Black Trees brought hardship and suffering to many Glanfathans, but it bore special tragedy for its druidic orders, who were forced not only to endure the deaths of many friends and kin, but also the destruction of the lands they revered above all else. Among these was Azurieth, a young Ovate. Deeply troubled by the use of the elements to turn nature against the people of Ir Glanfath, and wondering if he was seeing the last days of his people, Azurieth took to walking the endless stretches of burned-down forests in search of something, anything, that might signal a reason to hope. He found it in an old ironwood tree, thick and gnarled with roots that ran in waves through the ground as though they'd been woven there. It stood as it always had, though singed well up the side of its trunk now, while everything around it had been incinerated by the soldiers of Deerwood, leaving a wasteland of thousands of acres in every direction. Is it Azurieth? I think it is. Azurieth plucked a single branch from the old tree, making sure to express his profound gratitude. An accomplished organic artificer, Azurieth reshaped the branch into a blade that would rival any made in a forge. He infused it with the strength of the elements, vowing never again to be at their mercy, and resolving that if the tree could endure, so, too, could he. In his hands the blade would find its way into the hearts of many soldiers who stood at the edge of forests with torches and barrels of pitch, and by the war's end he had saved many forests from the flame. When his years were drawing to a close, Azurieth made a final pilgrimage back to the old ironwood tree, which still stood, and he laid the knife at its base, to be taken up by someone else in need of inspiration in dark times. On his way there, he was pleased to see that beneath the ashes that covered the forest floor, new life had begun to spring. Azurieth's stiletto is unusual, as the entire weapon is dark red-brown wood, even the blade. The magic used in its creation hardened and protected the wood, preventing it from chipping or warping. Dark green vines and leaves sprouted from it and wrapped themselves around the hilt to form a grip. Well, honestly, even if that was not one of the best items that I could see there and was already pretty much a guaranteed contender for my attention and my money, that story alone would have driven me to purchase it. This is a weapon that was forged from the very song of the earth. What better weapon to take for my chanter? I think so, yes. We will have you. In regards to the armors we saw, that belt did certainly have a bit of an attraction for me. That damage reduction is pretty nice. I think we're going to pick that up as well. Okay, we're going to have to pay them 439 out of our 3,747. I'm fairly happy with that. I must confess, I'm pretty okay with that trade. Let's make a trade. Thank you. Oh. Small shield. No one's really using a small shield, though. +5 to all defenses. That's actually pretty nice. Only usable by Paladin. Never mind. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, please. Goodness me. Tell me I didn't miss something saying I could only use this. Oh. I was worried then. I was like, just spent loads of money on you. Okay. Well, actually, let's have a quick look. That was a lovely story. I must confess. I really like it when weapons have their own stories. I cannot stress how happy that makes me. And it's a silly thing, but it genuinely... I like the idea of a weapon having its own legend about it. Because too often in lots of fantasy things, it's all about the owner of a weapon. But I like the idea the weapons, once they've been used enough, kind of have a legend all their own. And in many cases, there are stories I've read which revolved around the idea that after enough, the weapon itself kind of took on its own personality, that basically spirits started to inhabit the weapon. Potion of mirror damage. I'm going to give that to Glindur. I'm also going to take the traps out of your inventory for now. I'll give you the pint of mead, though, and this, just in case you need it. Now, of these weapons, let's switch. Let's... Oh, no, I don't want to enchant. Oh, I do, but I want to compare. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's have a look at this and compare. Can I have a look at the other one? No? I can't seem to compare the two. Okay, fine. Right, so 11 to 16, it's accurate and fine. It's damage reduction and fine. Both 11 to 16. So not quite as capable of causing damage, but that awesome spell is just amazing. Okay, I actually think... There's a little part of me that doesn't really want to have two piercing weapons if I can have a slash and a pierce. But the damage reduction is gorgeous. So I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to keep this, though, in my stash for now. Also, that can go in the stash. Now, as for the belt... Actually, someone did mention that if you've got armor, then the armor can take on... Sorry, with special properties, that if you've got another item that has the same properties, they don't stack. So plus 7 ability, area of effect, damage reduction, plus 5 to faction, that's all okay. I think it's only accessories though, so not maybe not just the armor. Of reflex, plus 5 healing bonus. What about you? Immune boost. I think that's pretty good for you to have. Gloves, reflex +5. What about this? Plus 15% healing done. 30 defense against prone attacks, plus 15 defense against push attacks. That's fine. Right, let me just double check this. Healing bonus. Plus 15% healing done. Is that when you heal, perhaps? I can't tell. I really can't tell if healing bonus is to healing you cast or healing you receive. And it's an important distinction. Fortitude, reflex, and will. Okay, what does this have? Just damage reduction bonuses. So I'm assuming that this is on getting healed. I'm going to leave that with either. But there's every possibility that won't be the case. Got a decent amount of money, and we've got a fair amount of gold. Sorry, we've got a fair amount of gold and 4 camp. Decent amount of money and a fair amount of gold. I don't know. Okay, well, let's continue to have a poke around this place. I want to go and visit the hanging tree, but it's probably going to be one of the last places I go to visit. Let's wander around. Have you got anything to tell us? It's a shame about Pearly. The beasts are growing bolder. Oh. Please don't tell me I've made a bad choice with that one. Feels like we've been seeing more bandits along the roads of late. Yeah, you probably have, actually. Let's go up and check on the miller. We're just going to be visiting the old faces here. Hello. Kairu. Trumbull. Thank you again. I don't know what we would have done without you. Can I get in? No, I suppose I can't get into your house. I shouldn't want to, really, but part of me does. Just to have a nose around, really. I wouldn't steal anything. Perish the thought. Shifty eyes. Right, let's continue on. I want to go and see if Alfra has anything else to say. Hello. You'd think these rains would be a boon for the crops. Well. Right, where are we now on the map? Let's have a quick look. Nothing specific. There's Alfred's house. There's the Blackhound Inn. Temple of Eothas. In fact, actually, I want to check out the temple a little bit more as well. Let's go and see Alfra if we can. I think we need to be up here for Alfra. Yes. I mean, I'm hoping that the knowledge that Riedrich is gone will put her mind further at ease, though I guess, in a way, she might not have any reason to worry now. She's under the full belief that the potion is going to keep her child from being hollowborn. Thank you again for all that you've done. We'll be safe now. Okay, well, I'm happy that you believe that. I hope that it turns out to be the case. I truly, truly do. Now, I have been told in the comments that there are no time constraints on quests, that I can do the quest whenever I want. However, for the sake of roleplay, I'm still going to be treating it as if I don't. If something sounds like an urgent, important quest, I'm just going to treat it as Glindur would treat it. If it sounds urgent and important to Glindur, he's going to assume that he's got to get it done in a certain amount of time, regardless of what I, as the player, may know about the mechanics of the game. And that is... Actually, I don't know anything specifically. I've just been told that there are no time-critical quests. That could be a flagrant lie. Someone could be trolling me horribly in the comments. I'm not sure. Pasca, have you got any news? The innkeeper smiles brightly at you. Hello again. Come to rest your feet a while? I actually might. Could use some reliable help. Do you know anyone looking for work? No. I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get a big crowd back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. He even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. Oh. Place ended up in my hands somehow, she laughs. My very own inn, sorry. A load of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of good a meal today, she sighs, unless you're fond of cold porridge. You know what? I wouldn't mind actually resting in a room. We've got enough money that we could purchase a good room. Certainly, you're always welcome. I could also get other things. I could go to the store too, but I'm not really sure there's much that I want from the store. Party management. I can manage my party here. Okay, let's go to the rooms. So this one would give me 2 resolve. It would cost me a little bit more than this. This one would give me +1 perception, +1 mechanics. Ooh. Labourer's Rest, the common room. D was Pride. I actually do forget what resolve does. Resolve reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and emotional intensity. They can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. In combat, it helps characters maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection defenses. Alright. Well, I think we... I can't tell. Mechanics is really drawing my attention, but no, okay, we will go with resolve. Let's splurge out. We've just done some really good work, although it was dirty work in the end. It's going to take a while for Glyndŵr to walk the dirt off his boots from this. He doesn't feel too happy with the fact that he had to put Riedrich down. There was a part of him that didn't want to, but he feels that he did the right thing. He isn't concerned. His moral compass is pointing straight ahead, and he feels he's on the right path, but nevertheless, he still regrets that it had to be that way. But let's rest. I think they've deserved it. They've done a lot of work. They've earned rest in a nice, swish bedroom. There we go. And we've got bonuses now. Let's have a look at these. Merchant Stay, resting bonus. Merchant Stay, resting bonus, +2 resolve. Ah, fantastic. Camping supplies acquired. 8 hours have passed. Wow. I like the fact that it's daylight out there. Now, you know what? Before I leave, I'm going to go and check on that dog. Is anyone else here that I haven't seen before? Drunkard. Well, I could go talk with the drunkard, I suppose. You did what we ought to have done after they hanged the first of us. Aha, so they are telling me things. Thought this place was going under after the owner left, but it's how it... Bless you, sir. Bless you. Gods be good. That'll be the fate of every proud lord. Oh, I don't know about that. They said Lord Riedrich's been murdered. They'll have an army out here soon, I bet. No. Anyone else got anything interesting to say? Nice and dry in here. Careful if you head east. Guards patrol the eastern wood, but not the Black Meadow. Fair enough. But I'm glad that some people are pleased with what we've done. Now, one of the main reasons that I want to go and check out... Ooh, what's going on here? With the tall fellow and the wee lass. What's the story? Tell us. You mean the Aumaua captain and the Orlan cabin boy? What? No, not... Well, hold on. Tell us that one first. Oh, I think we better move on before he does. You gets. That sounds like they could go to a dark place. Hello! Or it could go to a completely innocent place. I don't know. Oh, the hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry, girl, don't think he's coming back. I could use a good dog. Here, girl. Oh, now I've got new options, though. Sorry, girl, I don't think he's coming back. The dog whines softly again, head tilting. Well, you can come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. Yes, I'm not going to steal another man's dog, but I will do my damnedest. I mean, Glyndŵr will do his damnedest to make sure that this dog finds her way back to her master, or finds out the fate of her master. Either way, he would take care of her on the way. Dog, ears perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. Hurrah! Another pet! Oh, this is fantastic. I was only just saying that I wanted to have a loyal hound. Oh, so happy. Let's have a look. This small dog has a glossy black coat and an affable disposition. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devotedly whenever you come to a stop. Oh, reminds me of my lady. Right. Kitten, you're moving to one of my other companions. Who needs a cat? I think a cat. Especially an undead cat. Oh, you can't have one? What? Really? You can't have a pet? Scallywaggery! I wouldn't have... As much as I would... But I don't want... Scallywaggery. I didn't want to replace you. I wanted to have 2 pets. I was going to give you to someone else. Either take good care of that cat, carry it around lovingly in your arms. I know you didn't like me bringing that cat along. You said things about the fact that it was undead, but I don't care. You're in my party. We do things my way. Them's the rules. Look, my loyal hound chasing me in the rain. Good times. Though I feel remarkably bad about replacing the cat. That's not a good way to go. I imagine I don't know. The cat might be loving it. It's like, finally, I don't have to be walking around like a peasant. These humans have finally understood the legal being that I am. It's good to have good servants carrying one aloft. Please don't cry. We'll give them a good burial. Have they taken all the... They have! They've taken all the corpses down from the tree. Fantastic. That's all we can do. Indeed it is. Let's go and have a chat with these guys before we talk to the magistrate. That's the last of them. Careful if you head east, guys, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you didn't actually tell me anything new. Folks around here have been singing your praises lately. I'm glad, but it's a shame that it came at such a high price. That they had to be something like this that I could set right for them to do it. Can we talk with you? No? Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers, and notes half erased. Is there anyone else I can speak with? Decent folks like you don't fare too well in these parts. I'll try my best. The Black Hound Inn's a fine place. Is there anything around here? Actually, there was something over there. Yes, it's. I seem to recall coming through here and thinking, I needed to pick those up. I'll be right back, Magister. But I've got to collect this fungus, you see. It's important business. I wonder if day-night cycles affect who's out and about. That'd be interesting. Speak to Urgit if you're in need of instruction. Okay. Urgit gapes at you. You're the one who murdered Lord Riedrick on behalf of that cretinous traitor. He sniffs. I'm sure you understand your request for housing and land is completely out of my hands now. They're probably in better hands, at least in terms of the likelihood of me getting good land. Okay, you going to say anything else? No. Okay, I feel that we may have made a bit of an enemy of the Magister, which is not so great. Now, this is what I wanted to check out. Little child there. Hello, little child. Let's have a chat. Did I talk to you before? This temple used to be closed up. I used to climb on the big stones. Okay. There's a way down. There's also something over here. Beneath the vines, crude carvings of a sun rising over 3 stars. Okay, well, we've done a fair bit of awesome work so far. We've now got a dog, which is amazing. And we've also got a good formation. We've also got some new gear. Things are going well. Very well. We've also got full camp. We've also got an extra bonus for everything. Things are going well. But in the next episode, because I'm going to wrap this one up here just at a time, I'm going to check out enchantment, see if there's anything I can do. And then we're going to find out what's down here. I think that's possibly the last place that I haven't been in Gilded Vale. But that is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you'll be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.